They're very bad fakes. It's not a fake that basically you have to look twice. These are very bad. You look at it, you see the glue, you see the substandard stitching. It's very obvious. A lot more than $60 million worth of goods is out there in the market. The fact is, this is a thriving industry. And the fact is, these sneakers are not being sold for $2,000 or $3,000. These sneakers are being sold for $10,000, $12,000 a pair, and it is pretty simple. If somebody goes, you go downtown to buy a pair of sneakers, and you see a sneaker sell for $12,000. Yeah, but if you go on Amazon or any of those sites and you see that sneaker selling for $80, it is not possible for somebody to buy a pair of sneakers for $80 and sell it in Jamaica for $12,000. There will be no money on it. So more than likely, that sneakers in a counterfeit pair of sneakers. We go to stores and pull from shelf, but that will be in cases of where somebody reports it to us to say that they have been to this place and they realize that there are some items that look like they are counterfeit. And then we can...
It's a normal customer?
Yes, just any normal customer. They just have to report it. This is indicative of Customs' commitment to intellectual property enforcement and protection in Jamaica, and in fact within the region. That it's a serious step that we have finally put in place something to actually destroy goods in-house. And what this means is that action can now resume in terms of seizures of counterfeit goods. And Jamaica is crucially positioned in the region. It's an important logistics and trans-shipment point. So you find that you have containers coming through Jamaica that are headed to many other jurisdictions. So it's a very important location for customs to be able to seize items that are counterfeit. And of course, the one thing that I do wish to emphasize when it comes to all of these sorts of matters in terms of counterfeit items is that there is a direct link between counterfeit trade and criminal activity in terms of the funding of criminal organizations and gangs and so forth. So the mere fact of taking this action not only benefits the brands, but it benefits society in general because it reduces the availability of goods to criminal elements. And also another point that is very, very important, and I do see it missed when there is public discourse, is why is it that these goods are being destroyed as opposed to being given to somebody else in the community and so forth. And the one thing that is remiss of everyone is, the one thing that people forget to highlight, and what I hope the media does indicate when they do the various reports, is that these goods are substandard. They are substandard. They are not goods that are built in accordance with the specific methods and testing that the brands go through to ensure that their products are safe. They don't have any sort of person watching what to make sure this is good or not. They're using substandard dyes, substandard chemicals. They're trying to produce a copy as quickly as possible. So when you take this and you give it to someone and they wear it, it has the potential to cause injury to you. Like for example, a shoe that is supposed to support your back or your feet or your calves in a certain way, you're not going down in it 2 times and you find that you have back issues. And there are various cases around the world where even brands out of their goodwill would have facilitated donations to orphanages and other groups, charity groups. And because of substandard dye used in certain clothing, it's caused lifelong skin irritation issues, allergies for children. So there are many examples as to why donation sometimes can't work. When it can work, brands do it, but many other times they don't because of just how bad these fakes are. And when you look at the goods on show here today, you'll see that they're very bad fakes. It's not a fake that basically you have to look twice. These are very bad. You look at it, you see the glue, you see the substandard stitching. It's very obvious. As I said, I think Jamaica is uniquely positioned, and so I think Jamaica does get the highest traffic as far as counterfeit goods are that transit through this port, based on just its position within the region. The only other, and if you count Panama obviously would be a much larger port and facilitate a much larger transit of goods through Panama. The next stop would definitely be Kingston, Jamaica. They know that the goods are counterfeit, so you don't really get much complaints. Normally they just abandon the shipment because they know that if they bring in an next container a short time after, then they basically cover that money because these items are sold very cheap in China. So when they come here and they sell a pair of this for $8,000, they are making significant profits.